And it occurred to me that ever since I switched my OBS version, I never did a mic check. Maybe I should do a mic check, like compare the sound of the pieces to um, the sound of my voice and see if they're even in the same spectrum. Oh, also, I wonder if there's white noise cancellation built into OBS. Let me see if I can do anything to cancel white noise. Oh wow, there's a lot of things, a lot of audio settings here for, um, hmm. There's an audio setting for 81 Dojo. There's an audio setting for desktop audio overall. And then there's one for my microphone. So I could actually capture audio directly from the game. But no, my curiosity was if there is such a thing as white noise filtering in this latest OBS version. Peak meter, advanced monitoring device, disable Windows audio ducking. I forget what that is. Perhaps I never knew. Push to talk, push to mute. Do that for all of our sources. Okay, and then there's the advanced settings. High priority process. We've got pick to renderer. Stream delay, none. Automatically reconnect. Yeah, no, I think I've got everything set up as good as it's going to get, and that if I need a white noise filter, I need to apply that on the mic on my own. But there's not a setting in OBS yet for white noise filtering, so I can't filter out the fan that's going in the background. But also I've tried doing that in the past, and it only filters the fan when I'm not speaking. So I need a proper white noise filter. And somebody did suggest one, I just haven't figured out how to apply it yet. Oh wow, I could actually transition to scenes when double clicking on them in studio mode? Weird. Okay, I think that's fine. Alright, so we have a central file rook versus what so far is a static rook, but I assume it's not going to remain that way. Like if Maple Sugar Lover, if Sent, okay, he's playing Senta. If Destiny had intended to play a static rook, I'd assumed he would have pushed the pawn in front of his rook. This opening is confusing me considerably, because one, it's possible to trade the bishops, and two, both players have pawns in front of their rooks, indicating like the rook doesn't want to be there. That is curious. Alright, one player pushes their pawn in front of the rook. What castle are we building, I wonder? Double opposing rook. Okay, so yeah, that's confusing because the rooks are opposing where the kings are going to be, but the rooks themselves are not opposing each other, but it's still called double opposing rook because when one player does it, it's called opposing rook. That's curious. Also, I cannot hear the audio because of a mistake on my end. Let's fix that. I want to hear the nice clicking of the pieces. Okay, so I can see how loud the pieces click. Testing, testing. Okay, so even when I lean all the way back here, I'm still louder than the piece clicking noises. That looks perfect, actually. It'd still be nice if I could hear the piece clicking noises. Let me see if I could figure out why I'm not hearing them. Am I exporting to the wrong sound settings? Open sound settings. No, I want to export to speakers. There we go. Oh, but my master audio on my PC is down a bit. I'm going to max that out. We'll see if that affects the desktop audio volume of the piece clicking noises. No, you still don't hear anything. Well, now you don't hear anything. Previously you did hear something. Okay, this is weird. So I have broken things while trying to fix them for me. Perhaps I need... Oh, you can hear this, because I can hear it. I'm sorry, in OBS does it flash that you're hearing this? No, it does not. I hear this, but you don't. That is weird. How can I get you to hear that? Do I have to restart my stream again for the audio to propagate as it should? It could be that OBS is confused about the desktop audio source. And I don't seem to have any settings on it. There's properties, which... Oh, device default. Yeah, use the device. That's my speakers. So capture my speakers as desktop audio. That should be fine. Destiny is building right, Yagra. Okay, can you hear this? Okay, you can hear that. Great. Nice. I promise I'll stop flashing the menu on top of the game board. If I can remember. So you have a right Yagra, and the maple sugar lover here is built an improvised castle. That's kind of like Mino, but not really. Yeah, that was something special this morning when I saw the quick Ishida attack against my king. And I panicked, and I'm like, wait, I've kind of seen this before, and I think I'm supposed to like switch the locations of the gold and the silver. So just move the gold up and right, and the silver up and left. It's about the extent of what I knew what to do against quick Ishida. Oh. Okay. That is very good to know. I guess it makes sense that that's strong from above. Because you have many generals covering the head of that structure. So I guess when one player has castled with Yagura, they are not interested in the rook exchange. Um, and I guess we're going to see how you can attack in shogi without threatening a rook exchange. Not that here it much matters. Like, there's not an offer of a rook exchange that's anywhere in sight, but it's still somehow possible to break into the king's castle or break into the castle um, even without an open file. This has me curious because, like, I always see these pawns in front of the king. Getting the pawns out of the way seems kind of challenging. Perhaps he intends a 5/5 bishop drop, and somehow that bishop drop could be used to attack both toward the castle and toward the knight. But yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, there I had half expected some sort of silver sacrifice. Just like, how are you going to break down this castle if you don't sack anything? I don't get it. There's got to be a way in, but what is it? Oh, so now I'm curious. At some point, I do want to go rewatch, or rather, watch the VOD from Shogi Harbor's latest stream because during my game, I had no idea what she was saying. Um, but apparently, she thought I did something right that game. So I am curious what she was thinking about what I was thinking. She did say after the game that like she thought I had some super clever tactic that was winning a lance, and yeah, I guess I had that, but I'm curious about all the things I missed that she thought that I might have been trying to do. That's what has me most curious is what other things did I miss? Ah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense because like it's a friendly game. It was a casual game too, because 10-second shogi games are unrated. So no, that's completely fair. Plus, I don't think that I missed that many things anyway. It was kind of happenstance or happen chance or however you say it. Like it was entirely accidental that I actually got a good position, which is just crazy because I'm a beginner. I yeah, I'm good at chess, but this is a different ball game. But okay, that makes sense. It's good that I made her think a bit then. I should take some amusement in that. Yeah, when I'm playing chess games against members in my club or years ago when I was playing against students, what I would be trying to do is just force them to think and confront them with positions on the board where they can't find an obvious answer. Uh, just see what their thought process is and see if I can encourage them to find good ideas. But yeah, perhaps even if she had been looking at other things during the game, perhaps I should study my own loss and see if I could come back prepared for a match. Uh, if she does this thing fairly regularly, perhaps maybe one of these times I'll win one of these casual 10-second things. And then I laugh, because, like, that's not supposed to happen. Alright, so presently I'm confused about um, one, is that central pawn worth defending? Or is there some more pressing attack that Senta could do? And two, yeah, what are you going to do about threats on this side of the board? I underestimated this threat. Like, I didn't think this was very serious at all. Because I forgot that once the pawns exchange, the silver ends up where the pawn is. And that's actually quite challenging to deal with. So I can't count. That's my problem there. Yep, so you have to drop something to protect that square. And the thing you drop cannot be a pawn because that would be Nifu. Yeah, 10-second shogi is actually fairly decent, surprisingly. Well, I think you have to follow through and take it, no? But now the bishop hits that square again. Maybe the bishop does that from a distance. I'm not sure. It's getting harder and harder for Senta to defend that square. Um, which I think is a way to say that somehow Destiny broke into that castle on the second file. Okay, so if you don't care about material, maybe you do bishop takes. If you do care about material, you play silver takes. Right now I kind of want this rook on the second file to promote, if it can. I'm not sure it can. But if this rook can promote, then taking with the bishop might gain a tempo. Just because the opponent's not going to place the bishop to stop an attack here. Whereas if you do silver takes and then they play silver takes, you play bishop takes, then they put the silver back down on 2-7. And you have to decide what you're going to do. If you're going to... I don't think taking that would work. So, but if they only have a bishop in hand and you have a silver here, well, I guess they could try the same thing by sticking the bishop right there I guess you still have the choice of whether you take it or not, so it doesn't matter. There's a lot of transpositions in this game. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say take the 3-6 pawn. I wasn't even thinking about taking 2-6, but maybe taking 2-6 is the correct answer. There would be some advantages to taking there and leaving a pawn on 3-6 because that 3-6 pawn would continue being a target for a while. Well, that's why you're not 3'd on. Just kidding. Alright, so now the bishop retreats. Yeah, taking 2-6 actually looked very reasonable. It might lose more than one tempo, but 3-6 continues to be a target for a long time. Instead, we have this. Let me quickly check on what Neeby's up to. Yeah, it looks like he's casting the game as well. Maybe after this I'll wrap up. So, yeah, I made progress on testing my chess software yesterday. And by that I mean another developer, Ferdinand Mosca, who produced the Chess Artist game annotator and engine tester and puzzle generator software. He accepted my patch, which did two things. One, it renamed chess-artist to chess_artist so that it could be subjected to Python import statements which do not accept hyphens but do accept underscores. So that was one thing he accepted. And the other was that because Stockfish recently changed the way it prints out the words total evaluation, now it prints final evaluation at the end of an eval printout. Chess Artist now accommodates for that. So now you can use Chess Artist again to analyze your games, and you can import it as a developer into whatever Python code you're writing, or you could incorporate it into tests, such as I have done in my own fork of Chess Artist, where now it submits games to Python Chess, and does so with a variant flag provided that specifies the rule set under which the chess game is played. Okay, wow. Whoa, okay. That's a way to gain a tempo, that's sure. What is this about? Oh, I see. Yeah, this is a nuance here. That is clever. I keep forgetting you can do that sort of thing in shogi. Welp. Rip maple sugar lover. There's always next week. I do kind of like how in this tournament, yes, the games are rated, but it's not run the way that a normal ladder is run, where people go up and down the ladder because of a single game. I kind of like that it's based on your current rating, and each week is just a different series. So it means we can continue seeing this very exciting lineup until one player or the other improves or otherwise. Um, so, from a spectating perspective, this is exciting. Alright, only a silver in hand. My guess is that you take the lance, and I don't know what you do next. But um, also possible is taking the second file pawn, and then Maple Sugar Lover will put another pawn on the second file, and you could consider whether or not you're taking that. But yeah, the lance capture looks kind of interesting if there's a way to follow it up. I'm just blindly assuming there is. If that horse so close to the king can't be used in another attack, maybe it can't. I was going to say that then this attack has kind of died out, but maybe that's the reality of it. That Sentis King might be surviving this. So now it'll fall to Senta to try to find some sort of attack. Because I'm not seeing a logical follow-up here, other than just running away. I guess they get to take turns attacking. We'll get to see how well Yagura holds up against whatever kind of attack this is. I mean, yeah, it certainly feels as if there's no way for Senta to begin an attack. Um, but, as a commentator, I don't want to say the game's over. I want to say, look at all these possibilities. How interesting this game is. Um, it's way more exciting than, ooh, you just got pwned. Oh no. But sometimes players do get pwned. Oh. Okay, that explains why not lance takes. The lance is more effective higher up the board because pieces don't retreat very well in shogi. Pieces retreat very slowly in shogi. So it makes sense to promote it here instead of promoting it on the 9th rank. So I guess the next target is 4-7. Oh, if the silver runs away, there's a knight fork, isn't there? So silver runs here instead, keeping the rook out. And if there's a knight fork, then the silver runs forward again. Alright, Destiny, show us an attack. Show us the most exciting attack we've seen today. Alright, there it is. The most exciting attack. But it's very logical. so it puts a piece on the board to good use. And I guess also threatens a knight drop check. So that's so threatening that the bishop has to go on the board to stop the knight check. Which might even happen anyway. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna scare the bishop away. But now how does the rook enter the game? Oh, we have a resignation. Okay. Good game. Yeah, I guess the bishop was trapped or something. Alright, shall we peek at what the players are commenting? I think we shall peek. Silver 2-7, he says, that really bad. Destiny and I are confused by what this statement that really bad means. Other than maybe this is painful. Like, if I'm using a silver, that's not the top place I'd want to put it. But there doesn't seem to be much of a choice here. Oh. Okay, so you took a while thinking here. Oh. Okay, so this is the primary intent. To plunk the bishop somewhere on this diagonal. Ah. Did we miss something even earlier, I wonder? This game did leave me pretty confused. Alright, Destiny's gonna show us all the things. No promises, but this looks interesting. We're going back to the first few moves of the game. Let's see how far back we go. Oh. Yeah, why does this not happen here? I want to understand that opening, but that might be another ordeal. Well, if he wants a draw, it's easy to force the draw here. But no, more seriously, this does look pretty good, because the bishop does not have many spaces to go to. Right. Gold from 6-9 to 5-8. And then there's a threat to trap the bishop, so something has to be done about the threat. That's a fair question, because, like, huh. Oh, he intended to later exchange the bishops and then didn't get the opportunity. Yeah, I wonder, like, if since his plan was to chase the bishop, as we just looked at, then perhaps they would have just put the silver in the way of the bishop right now. But instead, we get this formation, which both players were happy to go into. Yeah, I'm not. Well, so many ideas. But yeah, it seems like Senta has difficulty finding a way to break through, and I'm not seeing how he can break through without sacrificing the bishop. It's too bad the lance can't move sideways to like step in front of the rook. That would make games a lot more exciting. Well, are they going to show us anything more, or are we just concluding that this was difficult? Yeah, third file rook here looks kind of interesting. To defend against that, the opponent would need to put generals on either the second and third or the third and fourth files. Actually, it occurs to me now that in an opening, a way to guarantee a pawn break would be to aim at the head of any general. Because the general can defend the ranks or the files to the side of the itself, but it cannot defend the file in front of it when pawns come rolling in. Like if you have multiple pieces, including a pawn attacking the square in front of the general, it either has to trade itself or move out of the way. So yeah, I guess the head of any general is a decent attacking target. Don't know why that just occurred to me. but there's probably a proverb about which file to put your rook on. And since you can't put your rook on the same file as the opposing queen, there is no queen. Yeah, I guess either targeting the king or a general makes sense. Well, from this point on, it looks strongly in Gota's favor. Okay, so they are going to rewind a bit and look at other possibilities back here. Or further back. Okay. Oh, there's a thought. How dangerous is this, I wonder? Yeah, why not this? I want to know why not this. Yeah, this actually looks very interesting. Because there are two squares the bishop can promote on. And Gota doesn't have the same benefit. Because Sente actually defended the squares on his side of the board. So yeah, this looks very interesting. You just promote. Yeah. This would have been very strong, I think. And if you have to retreat, fine, but still, a horse is a pretty nice piece. Yeah, no, I would say that, like, Gota's put himself in difficulties already. He has gained a couple tempi, but his castle is kind of awkward. I definitely prefer Senta here. You're the opening expert. Well, that's amusing. Yeah, this is cool. How do you get this? I didn't realize that a bishop exchange could be so powerful. But, oh, similar to a central pawn opening. I'll let the opponent make the horse. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've seen that once, and I don't remember everything about it, but um, yeah, a well-timed bishop exchange can be powerful. A poorly timed bishop exchange can be bad or irrelevant. Um, usually there's a good move. Oh, wow. I guess nobody studies this stuff. At least until you get pro. And then you have to study it. Ah, that's why I have not studied the side pawn opening. Because there's too much. I do wonder why this was so effective. Like, it's kind of amazing just how vulnerable that second file is. Yeah, I was wondering if that bishop was ever going to show up here. So I guess if Senta attacks more forcefully, we might see this. And he might get to attack. It might not be as effective as Gota's attack, but at least Sentu might strike first. I had no idea just how tactical this is. Oh, poor Nibi. Poor Nibi's doing his test stream, and I happened to set up at the same time too, with the same exact idea. But yeah, I think part of the reason that there just aren't so many people going right now is because it's late in the Eastern world, and it's early in the Western world. Or the East and West hemispheres, so that's why people are either asleep or living their lives. That's my guess. You find that, like, viewer numbers are pretty great in the afternoon and evening, in general, I think. And that's all relative, too. Yeah. That was cool to see, though, this double opposing rook. Um, Especially because both players had to learn it with us. So, yeah, if the players leave the board, then I might start looking at a few things here. But also, I don't want to get in the way of Nibi doing his thing. So, yeah. I guess to get here, you could shovel the rook over to the third file. Yeah, I'm curious why the rook lined up on the second file when this pawn is already on the third file. Just go ahead and push that further. So let's see. We move the rook, and then we move the king, and then, like, even here, you could offer the bishop exchange, because this is probably good at this point. So this is the earliest such an exchange could be offered, except here, Gota is probably going to take it. Whereas if you delay it for a move and then offer the exchange, he might not want to take it, but might be tempted to do this instead. Even though this gives you the valuable tempo. Like, this would have been super clever, exploiting this silver move. Um, yeah, so I think this... How did we get here again? So we moved the rook, and then we moved the king, and we moved the king again, and this covers the weakness. So at this point, like, this rook move that got played in the game is risky. Because the bishop exchange can be offered with tempo, at least until the king makes it over here. So the tricky thing to do is what Maple did here. And again, this is a tricky move, and like, I'm actually thinking this would be an occasion for bishop takes bishop, even if that's not what... yeah, actually, this is probably why Maple Sugar Lover did not play this way, because Gota is going to take the bishop here. Oh, he did play this way. I'm sorry. So I'm confused why this bishop capture wasn't done. It might not be something he wants to do, since he spent time moving his bishop out. Yeah, this is really weird. So I guess the whole point of moving the bishop out was to prepare an attack on the left, or this right side of the board. And so this also helps prepare the attack. This is just luring him right in, so yeah, interesting. Did not expect any of that. Alright, so, like, unless, I forget. What is this player's rating? 1081. So, oh, is he playing a game? It says he's in the tournament. He's a club member. Wait, no, he's not currently in a game, or searching would have found his game as well. Plus, I could see from his stream if he's in a game or not. Okay, he's got a chat open. Yeah, I think I might wrap up and allow him to continue doing his thing. I don't want to get in the way of his test stream, and I do want to have some more food or do something else coding-wise. I didn't mean to step on what he was doing. So, we'll come back sometime later. Might not be super convenient for your people. We'll find out. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.